Hello, Schlegdare and Tasteless Tony T. Been watching your show now for about a year. Stumbled over you. I don't know how I did it, but I stumbled over you. Just searching through YouTube wrestling videos, and I love it. I love the stuff. I love your video. I really love your videos. I love your who was better, him versus him. This versus that. I love your all your videos are cool. Wrestling Jesus. So yeah. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm from England. I'm from Manchester, England. Been a wrestling. I'm 23. Been a wrestling fan since I was 3. So 1993. I think of 93, yeah. My earliest memory was watching. It must have been 92. I think I was very, very, very young anyway, and I watched SummerSlam 92 as it was in my backyard, London. Obviously, that's probably one of my greatest pay-per-views ever. SummerSlam 92, the main event. I don't need to go into it. Davey Boy Smith against Bret Hart. What a match! What a match! The technical wrestling, the impact it had. I'm not here to talk about that. We know how amazing that was, especially, anyway, it was amazing. I'm here to talk about the reasons. Well, let me talk about why I started watching wrestling. That was 92. 92, 93, 94. And then I stopped watching it. I don't know, I must have gone to school or something. But anyway, I stopped watching it for a bit. And then 96, I started watching wrestling again. With the likes of. I remember my early memories of 96 was Mankind. I was like, who's this guy? Who's this Mankind? Who's this guy? What? He's crazy. I like him. Steve Austin. Well, he was a few months later, 97, but 96. He was on his way. Steve Austin was on his way. Anyway, got back into it. The Attitude Era, obviously everyone's favourite era. If it's not, then you're a bit stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, my top 3 wrestlers of all time are Bret the Hitman, Steve Austin for his just general ethos he brought, his attitude, his whole the way he was looked at by everybody, his hero-ness, if you can take that as a word. Just his badass attitude. Just Steve Austin. Again, I don't need to say why it's many people's favourite. Bret Hart, because he was a fucking brilliant wrestler. Now I'm talking foundations basic. He was outstanding, and as he's always gone on and said he never hurt a wrestler in a match. He probably didn't, to be honest, hurt a wrestler. Obviously, being the son of Stuart, he was superb, and his respect, his dignity, his whole way, his whole again ethos was so professional, and I love Bret the Hitman Hart. My third favourite. Now I know Tasteless Tony T. If I've got your name wrong, I'm sorry. I know your favourite is Bret the Hitman Hart. My favourite of all time would probably be one of those. Well, I'll say. So we've got Steve Austin, Bret the Hitman Hart. And my third is Hulk Hogan, because I was born in 1990. Obviously, he came around earlier than that in WWF. I'm never going to say WWE, by the way, because I can't say that. It disgusts me. But I always had the videos from when I was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to date back to your late 80s with your Macho Man, your Ric Flairs, your Mr. Perfect, your Earthquakes, Hulk Hogan, wrestlers like that. And Hulk was the hero. Hulk was the hero. He was just Hulk Hogan. I don't need to speak about him. Now, there's my introduction. I have subscribed. I love the stuff. All that newsletter bullshit you had a while ago, forget that. You know, I don't think you need that. Obviously, you're trying to make a bit of money, but you've got a good base. You've got a good fan base. You've got some good videos. I enjoy it very much. Your WrestleMania countdown, whenever it was. When I say your WrestleMania countdown, your review of every WrestleMania, loved it. Now, I don't watch wrestling anymore. I stopped watching wrestling. Well, this is what the video's about. The reasons I stopped watching wrestling and when. Now, I've got 3 big reasons why I stopped. I probably stopped watching wrestling. 2001, I started feeling a bit funny about it. 2002, 2003 was when I cut my ties with it. I occasionally put on. It's on our Raw is War is on Friday nights in England. So yeah, I sometimes flick it on. Is it just me, or is it absolutely no atmosphere anymore? Nothing. There's just. I reckon I could drop a pin, and you could hear that. There's nothing. It's a shame because I loved wrestling. Loved it. It was my life. I loved it. But things change. I'm surprised you two guys still. Well, you two and the other one. I don't know what his name is. Still watch it. Obviously, you're big fans, but I can't do it anymore. The reasons I stopped watching wrestling. Number 1, turning Stone Cold heel, shaking hands with Vince on WrestleMania 17. Now, yeah, that was the end of the Attitude Era for me and everyone else. Everyone agrees with that. It was, what a WrestleMania, the best WrestleMania ever, as you picked up on. It was amazing. You had some fantastic matches. The Triple H Undertaker one was, I think that was my favourite alongside TLC. I don't think they needed to do the Stone Cold Vince handshake. I don't think they needed to do that. Why? Clearly there was a push to turn him heel. Why? Why turn such an amazing character who is... The thing that Vince McMahon isn't quite getting, people loved Steve Austin, not because he was a nice person or a nice guy or polite. It was more a case of, was it? I don't know the sentence. Not saying they loved to hate him, but they loved him because he was a hateful sort of guy, is what I mean. People loved Bret Hart because he was Bret the Hitman Hart, because he was a respectful, nice hero. Austin went against all that, but was loved. He was loved for being an asshole. Why then make him an actual arsehole? He was loved. Steve Austin was never supposed to be a babyface, ever. But the fans took to him, and he became a heel naturally. He became babyface naturally. Why them turn him into a heel when he was loved for being what he should never have been? It's quite hard to explain what I'm trying to say here. You probably don't understand me, maybe you do. There was no need to do that. It pushed fans away. A new fan base, the new generation, probably never got into Steve Austin. For me, it wasn't a great move, and it did start the downfall for the WWF, WWE, whatever. Wasn't to my taste at all. Anyway, I've not got many minutes. I'm doing it on my iPhone here, so I'll have to carry on. The fans turning, or WWF turning The Rock heel, another heel movement. Didn't like that. It was bad enough for Steve Austin, but to turn The Rock heel was the worst move for me. They turned this confident, all that shit, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, into a fearless. The Rock was fearless. No arguing that. He wasn't scared of anyone. If he was, he didn't show it. To then being stood in the ring like absolutely shitting himself to Goldberg. It was taking your hero and crushing him and making him some. It was like a much weaker version of The Rock, who was cowardice and was cocky. I remember when Goldberg offered him out and The Rock was like, no, and left the ring. It was cowardice, and it wasn't The Rock we all knew and loved, and it didn't work. Why do it? What was the point in doing it? It didn't work. It didn't help the WWF. It did nothing. It's a shame, because they were the two biggest stars of the Attitude Era. Yeah, you can throw Vince in there, but I'm talking out and out wrestlers. Final point I'm going to make. I think you disagree with this. More Slag Daddy, because I know you. I think you're a fan of Edge. I think you are. I don't know. Maybe not. Pushing Edge, Christian, and Jeff Hardy from the 2002. They were the high flying tag teams. Obviously, Edge, Christian, Jeff Hardy, and Matt. They were tag teams at the TLCs, the ladder matches. They were big in the WrestleManias. They had even big Raw matches where they'd have a cage match, ladder. They were amazing tag teams. There was never a need for a push. To be solo, big artist. You can say Edge, he did make it only because it was written that he made it. Jeff didn't work as a top man for me, but I sort of accepted it because I liked his packet. He was quite a strange man with the long hair and the weird armbands down here and the tattoo and the red in his hair and the look and the moves and Swanton Bomb and the risks. I didn't love it. I prefer an Undertaker, a Rock, a Steve Austin, a Triple H as the main top guy. Shawn Michaels, a Bret. You know, even a Mick Foley as a man, now and again as a Mankind, a Cactus Jack. But you know, not a Jeff Hardy. But it worked more than Edge for me. Edge as a top man, never. Rated R superstar, I don't even know what that is because I didn't watch it after that. But it never worked. Never worked for me. Christian, fucking hell. No, that's even worse than Edge. The Brood. Let's go back to 97, 98, 99. Maybe not 97, but 98. The Brood, fucking hell, I loved him. Fucking, that was some good shit. Gangrel, splitting the blood out, amazing. Now, obviously Gangrel, whatever he did, I don't know where he went, he's gone hell. Edge and Christian broke into the tag team, brilliant. Edge was always the more talented guy for me. They could never speak. They were never good on the mic. It was always, in my opinion, a better class than Christian was. I still don't think Edge should have ever gone to be a top guy. Now, I can accept Jeff. Like I said before, there's certain smaller guys that got pushed that you can accept. Like you said in a video about Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. Came with the Radicals. I never watched WCW or ECW, WWF through and through. I seen him come with the Radicals. And it's like Team No Heat and all that shit with China and that. Loved it. Loved the Radicals. Loved all of them. Always thought Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit would be the ones that got pushed, and they were. Chris Benoit, can we say his name? I don't know. An athlete, an absolute outstanding athlete, but we won't waste time on that one. Eddie Guerrero, he was a smaller guy that got pushed slowly. For 4 years, he got pushed to be a big guy. People like Triple H, you believed it more when Triple H was first there. You believed it more, his push. You believe The Rock's push more. You don't really believe, like Eddie Guerrero's. You can believe it, and he deserved it. Now he's gone. You can believe it. Edge and Christian, don't believe the push. Anyway, I'm running out of time on here. You might not agree with some of the stuff I've said. I've just woken up, so I might have said a little bit of crap in there. But I would love it if you could respond to the video. I'd respect that. I'm going to get going to get a lot of my friends and my family who do like wrestling to subscribe. Maybe get a bigger following over here in the UK. I don't know how big you are here, but I'll try and push you guys over here. If you could respond, that would be brilliant. Maybe we could send a few videos now and again. I just want to know what you think of my opinions and my favourite wrestlers, my reasons I stopped watching wrestling, my opinions. Yeah, just get back to me. I'll send this video over to you now. Thank you very much.